My friend Aditi Mittal told me that there's enough people shitting on women, so we shouldn't do it as well. That statement just hit me in a different way. We should aim for guys that are out of our league. Because guys are never out of a woman's league.
Yeah, that's true.
Only women are out of men's league. They should be happy women are with them.
Who's gonna tell them this?
Me. You should be happy that you have a girlfriend. Please treasure her. Because without her, you will be helpless.
An extraordinary man is just an average woman.
They'd be shitting everywhere, pissing on each other.
Like dogs.
Yes. Let's say Beyonce. You can find something wrong with her. Her partner, for example. Men blindly love men.
They do.
Worship them. They love. We can't do that for another woman.
Hello everyone, welcome to Decoding Quirks. I'm your host Aditi, and today we have a really funny guest with us. And Ajia, you are going to teach us how to be a bechari and how to fight our battles and how to fight feminism. No, fight patriarchy and fight patriarchy and own feminism. Welcome, Jia.
Hi. Thank you for having me. It's gonna be fun.
Thank you.
Hi, Aditi.
Hi, Jia.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me. I'm quite
love
excited.
that.
I'm most excited that we're both Anites.
We just figured this out, that we're both Anites.
Same school.
Same school.
Alumni.
And also like Kulaba. Kulaba's a
Kulaba.
vibe. Back Garden's a vibe. The Pav Bhaji at Sakari Bandar is a vibe. So
Even the masala pav. That sandwich wala outside with his chutney.
But these guys have gone.
They've
now.
gone.
They've
That's
gone.
okay.
It's really sad.
Yeah. It's
We'll
okay.
take a drive to Kulaba after this.
My parents still live there.
My parents live
Oh,
there too.
really?
So our life is very similar.
Yes. I go there very often.
Same.
Yes.
I go to Radio Club.
Oh my God, you're a member of Radio Club. I am as well.
Yeah.
My brother's wedding barat started from Radio Club.
And ended at?
Taj.
Okay. Wow. My sister started from Radio Club and ended at Sea Princess. Sea Palace.
They're only
Two
before the
buildings.
Taj. It's before the Taj. I love it. Yeah, but that's
Very similar.
yeah.
Okay, so when I messaged you, I have seen your opinions on the internet and it seems very similar to mine, but I'm still confused about a couple of opinions. So I have lived my entire 20s. Okay, by the way, I'm 35. I have lived my...
I'm 44.
Yeah, cool. Good. We don't look like that.
Yeah, 100%. That's
Yeah.
why we tell.
Yeah, same.
If we look,
That
we
is
never
why
tell. Yeah.
Thanks for catching it. Okay. So, my entire 20s, I was told by other people or told by other feminists that the only way to survive is to pull your own weight. You know, you make your own money, you pay for your own bills, you get your own freedom back. And now suddenly, when I'm in my mid-30s, I have figured that I'm learning that I've probably done this all wrong. I was supposed to be the bechari. I was supposed to let the guy pick up the check. I was supposed to let him figure out how he's going to take me out versus me figuring out, you know what I've done?
Yes.
And I'm going to admit this on camera. There was one relationship where I had to scam the fact that we were getting vouchers. I would go to a restaurant, buy a voucher, take that, and take the guy out because I wanted to go out and I could afford to go out. But I had to do that. And I'm so embarrassed at this point, just thinking of the 20-year-old Aditi.
No, that comes from lowering our standards.
Yeah.
That's it. Just being like, I will like anybody. I mean, whatever, that guy.
Yeah.
And he likes me back.
Just
Did you have problems with having boyfriends when you were younger?
A little, yes.
Yeah, so maybe that's why you settled for some... I've also done it.
Yeah.
I've been a sugar mommy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a boy who was much younger also, obviously. But 100%. And pay for his rickshaw fare and all.
Dude,
It
my
was
guy was 4 years older to me.
4 years elder than you.
Yeah. I really messed this up.
No, it's okay. It's a learning.
Yeah.
It's a life lesson.
And it after a point, it got exhausting. Because after I scammed a trip to Cyprus, I'm like, I can't do more than this now.
Yeah.
What am I going to say?
Yeah.
How many vouchers am I winning? How lucky am I?
Yeah. That also comes from wanting to look after the guy.
You know, if I have to really think of it, I wanted to be like, I wanted to have this experience with you. Now, whatever it comes down to, then I will look after.
Yeah,
Look after
yeah.
how do we get the experience together? Like, I don't particularly want to look after you.
Yeah, but and also not tell you that, guy, you can't afford to take me.
Yes, because I can't be that girl.
I can't hurt you.
I can't hurt you. Yeah. What the fuck was that? I can't hurt you thing? Because
Yeah.
we had to be, the Barbie movie rant. That's what it feels like. Because we have to be hot. We have to be successful. We have to have money, but we can't ever borrow money. We have to always be thin, but we can't be too thin. That's how it felt like.
Yes.
I have to have my shit together, but I can't be a loose character.
Yes. Also, I have learned now that we shouldn't hang out with like boys that we want to be with. We shouldn't be with boys that are below our lifestyle.
Oh, okay. So not in our league, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, below our league.
Below our
We
league.
should aim for guys that are out of our league. Because guys are never out of a woman's league.
Yeah, that's true.
Only women out of men's league. They
That-
should be happy women are with them.
Absolutely. Who's going to tell them this?
Me. You should be happy that you have a girlfriend. Please treasure her. Because without her, you will be helpless. I ask.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
No. I mean, okay, look, I'll ask you this question.
Okay.
If you were stranded on an island with only women,
Yeah.
would you be okay?
Yeah, I'd be okay.
Cool. Can I ask that boy? If you were stranded on an island with only men,
Would you be okay?
Would you go? Exactly. Men wouldn't go with an island full of just men because they'd die. They'd not know they'd not know where to do what. They'd be shitting everywhere, pissing on each other.
Like dogs.
Yes. They wouldn't know how to survive.
They wouldn't.
Which is why, I mean, I also say this ki all men are like मेरा घर है. मेरा घर. पर भाई घर में क्या कहाँ है आपको पता है क्या?
Even the fridge. Like,
Yes.
it's one unit. You can't find something that's in a perishable item that can't be outside a fridge is in the fridge and you can't find it.
Have you ever told a boy to put food away?
Oh my God. My partner's going to enjoy this section. Yes, I have told them to put food away and it goes the same way. Like, at no point do they realize that the food has to become smaller and take up less space in this limited storage unit.
So you have to give them. Not only tell them that, hey man, you have to put this food away, but you have to give them dabbas in what food item will go in which dabba.
Dude, I don't think they even realize because if the rice has come out from a container this big, they will find a container this big to put the rice. But I'm like, the rice is now this much
Yes.
inside.
Yeah.
Why don't you understand science?
Yeah. Yeah, there's that one reel where the guy has put the bartan and on top of the shelf layer is the takkan. This is such a guy thing to do.
I can't relate because I'm just like, this is impossible. You've clearly done it for the plot, but I get it. I get it.
But like then, and I mean, we keep thinking that men are better. We've been told bachpan se, right, that men are better. And I mean, I was fighting the patriarchy, going, men are not better. Women are better. I've been fighting this my whole life, right? Or I've been being it. I've been trying to be a guy.
Yeah.
Bachpan mein, I remember there was a time where just our girls were hanging out and we were teasing each other for having feelings. We were like, oh, you have feelings. You're a girl. We would do that to each other. That you can't have feelings. You can't be girly. Grow a pair.
Grow up, be a man.
Yeah.
And be a man is the worst thing, like a worst insult that you can tell anyone.
But I've always tried to be a man, not realizing it.
Okay, when do you think that this happened? Like, at what stage of your life did you realize that you were doing this?
That I was being a man.
Yeah.
Maybe 2 years ago.
Oh.
Maybe a year ago. Like recently, very recently.
Something that we were talking off camera, and I'll bring it up now, is the women being pitted against each other, right? Like, I know that we are being pitted against each other subtly now, and very obviously in the past. But the reason I am still in therapy, like my current therapy is about this, that it comes out very subconsciously in me, and it brings out things that are like through school, college time. So I had done this audition with a couple of my friends, and we were all like put up for the same role, which is a bad idea. Don't do that. And I'll never do it again. And the inherent thought that came out was, I'm not going to get it because I'm not conventionally good looking. She is conventionally good looking, so she's going to get it. And of course she's going to get it. She's better looking. They want a better looking girl. And I was just like, I don't think that. That's not me. I don't want to be doing this. But it comes back to those thought processes. And then every time that comes out, we deal with that in therapy. It's not about, oh, I realized I'm not going to do it. It's a process. But that is, again, for someone who wants to actually do that kind of work. So I get the difference.
No, that's also you giving yourself dilasa, like encouragement that, like you're trying to protect yourself by saying anything.
Yeah.
You're trying to actually just protect yourself.
I want to protect myself, but I've also protected myself using a narrative that
is against somebody else.
Is against someone else, yes.
Yeah.
That's more upsetting. Protecting yourself, though, you'll do it. Even if you're in that island with women and it comes down to just you will throw the other woman down.
Yeah.
If it comes down to protecting yourself. But doing it from this narrative, which is like icky and I'm fighting it my whole life, then it feels a little like, yuck, kya kar diya maine? And then who has been putting all of that? And who benefits from all of this? And usually it's patriarchy.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
So I don't actually, I don't know. I don't think like that. Where
Yeah.
I don't think I'll put. So 10 years ago,
Yeah.
my friend Aditi Mittal told me that there's enough people shitting on women.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't do it as well.
Yeah.
And I just, that statement just
Sentence.
hit me in a different way. Where I'm like, yeah, why am I shitting on women? I'm a woman. So I just totally stopped. I let them be. Whatever you want to do, you do, girl. I will not tell you what I think because I don't need to.
Yeah.
There's enough people shitting on women.
On the internet, in real life.
So we don't need to do that as well. Right?
Yeah, but the thing is that of the need to aspect also comes from a certain sense of power, right? Sometimes when we need to feel like we've done something good with our day, we've done something good with our life. So sometimes like schooling a man is my way of saying that, chalo, मैंने भी पढ़ाई कर लिया, मेरे को भी सब पता है. You know, so I was like, if I have to like school someone, I'd rather school a fucking man.
Yeah.
Why do I don't want to take it out on a girl.
No.
Because you have been forced into doing this.
Yes. 100%. I will encourage all girls to do whatever they want. And I will, in fact, at my shows also, when I'm doing an interaction with the audience, I don't talk to women that much. Because I don't want them to feel uncomfortable.
Interesting.
I only talk to boys because I want them to feel uncomfortable. I enjoy.
And like you look into their eyes.
Yeah, 100%. And also, and I like instruct them by looking into their eyes. And also because now I'm older than everybody in the room always. So it's easy for me to belittle men and I love it.
Oh my God. It doesn't matter though. Like the age card.
100%.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, there will be 1-2 cocky bitches in the audience, but they are 18-year-olds, right?
They are.
My driver's license is 26 years old. So I don't sometimes even interact with 18-year-olds because I know they're going to try and be like, the world's better. Like this question that, would you be on a desert island with boys? One 18-year-old said yes. And I was like, good luck to you.
Good.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
But the reason he said yes is because he's been looked after till now. He doesn't know any better. He doesn't know what it's like to be on an island with men and not have a didi or a bhaiya or a mama around, right?
Oh
so
God.
when it'll happen, he'll know.
There's this account on the internet called Life of Pooja. And Pooja is a woman who stays in a village and she makes content in English because her initial thought process was, I don't want people in my neighborhood to understand what I'm saying because then they'll make fun of me, they'll discourage me and, they'll talk about it. So let me make content in English. So she started learning English through Instagram. She started like posting daily and she's like the stuff she says about feminism, it blows my mind also, because also I've not experienced exactly the life that she has, so it kind of makes me think in that direction. So she said recently about how it always seems like, and especially in the village, it seems like the women are dependent on men, but actually men are dependent on women. And it comes back to this island thing as well, because a man is only taught how to make money, but a woman is a woman actually enhances the man's life. She makes their life better with food, with the house, with the children, with like activities. She knows how to make the man's life richer. And if a woman is not there, a man will he'll destroy himself.
Yeah.
He's his own threat.
Deteriorate.
Yeah, because
100%.
for a long time, men used to use money as that power statement of like, we have the money, we'll bring the money, we are making the money. And then for a long time, like as I described in my 20s, we were in that phase of like, yeah, whatever, I'll make my own money, bitch. And then you make your money, so you realize that you can do that. We are just choosing a different path now, but you can make the money. It's not that tough. So we can make the money and we can take care of ourselves. So we are not really dependent on men. Only to realize that men are really dependent on women.
Yeah. There is this, okay. We are not dependent on men, 100%, but we need them. Why do we need them? To just talk to each other.
The men should talk to each other.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
for example, you will call the watchman and say, "Bhaiya, pani aa raha hai building mein." Or pani nahi aa raha hai. He'll be like, "Ha, madam, malum hai." But he won't help you. But if your partner calls up the watchman and says, "Pani kyun nahi aa raha hai?" He'll be like, "Abhi dekhta hu bhai." Abhi, I'll check now for you. I will do anything for you, right? Men will help each other. Men will look out for each other. They have each other's back. They will try and solve your problem, right? But they will just not even, they'll give a deaf ear to women. There are men who don't talk to women. Like if there is a carpenter, right, who will come and he'll want to do, you
Yes.
need him to take some instructions about carpentry. He won't take your instructions.
He won't
just-
even look at you.
Nope. He won't listen. You're not there. So you need another man. I use my younger brother all the time for these things. I'm like, you're my man in my life. My father also says you need a man to carry your bags, which is again very important. And if you find a man who says, I will not carry your bags, that's not the man for you.
Yeah,
He has
exit
to.
right
Yes.
now.
Exit right now. Yes, correct.
Dude, that's insane.
Yeah.
So, what do you think the art of feminism is understanding that both of this overlaps? Like, you have to be independent, but you also have to pretend to be dependent.
And I guess maybe give more importance to yourself. I
Yeah.
think feminism, I guess, yes, it's about being equal
Yeah.
in terms of having an equal opportunity.
Opportunity, exactly.
Yeah, not that men and women are never going to be equal, because men will always be worse than women in the sense of they'll be dependent on us. They are dependent on us.
They
right?
are dependent
Yeah,
on
our dads don't know where their medicines are.
Dude, my dad used to not even serve himself.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if he's alone, he'll figure out his life.
Yes. I have a cousin whose wife peels fruits for him. Like lychees. Lychee. She peeled a bowl of lychees for her husband. She's 46, 47.
Oh.
She's recently, I mean, no. But you know, he's her provider and her, safe space. So I feel it's fine. Yeah. I fully, when she did those peaches, the lychees, I budge out him first.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I
bhaiya,
think
what the hell?
that's a great start.
Yeah,
You have
I'm
to
like,
budge out the guy.
100%. I'm like, you can't peel your own lychees. What is this behavior?
And lychees have to be eaten as it's peeled, because what if you like extra peel it and the juice comes out? You have to just like put it in your mouth.
Yeah. So she put, I guess she was having the juice. No, I'm kidding. No, but she enjoyed doing that for him. And that, it's a cute thing. And that's what I need to do. I need to accept that it's okay to do that. But if he's providing, the
The lychees, she
everything,
can...
everything else. He has to give everything else. the house, the help.
Table,
Yeah, everything else.
the light.
You have
the
to be
AC.
damsel in distress now. You have to.
Yeah, so that's something I'm really curious about, because it's so hard to flip that script and flip that role, because I don't think I was on the track of becoming hyper independent, but that's where therapy came in, and I was like, oh fuck, I can't do this. That's coming from some form of trauma. So I held back from it. So I was just managing them, not controlling, not overpowering, just managing them. Now that I feel like I figured it out, now the script is again changing, and it feels like a big part of my identity is going away, right? Like a big part of my identity that I stood by, I fought for, I rewired a lot of thought process in my brain for this. And now that's going away, because now somehow we have to go back to what seems like old school, but it's not. I understand the intention is not the same. And that bothers me.
So it's just for one guy. Only one. And the thing is, if you are with one guy, you're being your ladylike. You're being a baby. You're being girly girl.
Yeah.
He has to also bring out that girly girl in you. You can't be girly girl for someone who is not a leader in the relationship. Boys have to sort of be like, I'll book a table tonight, girl. Take the lead in that sense. Right? When we go to our partners, we want to feel like when we go to our fathers, right? Which in the sense, it's like we feel safe.
Taken care of.
We feel protected. And we feel, like provided for in the sense of just safety and security, right? If you are going to your partner with, I'll have to look after him, there's some problem there.
Okay, so there's this one relationship that I know of where, I'm sure you've also heard of this, like when people leave India and they go to like a place like New York and London, whatever, they don't have that much help over there. And like people have to start splitting their chores and splitting their work. Now, both people have to actually be the equals that we are pretending to be over here, right? You have to do the grocery, you have to do the cleaning, you have to take the car to the garage, all of that they have to do. And they split the jobs and they do it equally. And I feel like most of the couples that I have spoken to, the man, they want to do it because that's the right thing to do, but they're so bad at it that they take longer to do it. They are pissing the wives off along the way. Then there's shame involved, there's guilt involved, there's fear involved, and it adds to many other aspects of whatever. It gets more fucked up. But they still have to do it, right? Because you don't have help in a place like that.
Yeah.
You have to split your work, because
Yeah.
a woman can't be doing all of this and bringing in some money.
Yeah.
Because you can't also survive in a one-income household in this day and age.
Yes.
It's a very rare aspect now.
Yeah.
So not getting two incomes is already a problem. And then now the woman is doing everything and taking care of the house, that's also a problem.
So what happens is, because men are bad at their job, women will be like, we'll do it.
Yeah.
And then 10, 12 years of the marriage, they'll do it. But after 12 years, they'll be like, this guy does nothing.
Yeah. Learn.
No, the thing is, because you've been doing it, men become the damsel in distresses.
Yeah.
And then they don't do anything only.
But then even, so I'm talking from the point where they do it, but they're doing it so badly that it adds other layers of like guilt, shame, fear, fights. There also there is a problem.
Yeah. So, I mean, the reason I feel like if they are doing something, they're
let
good,
them
they're
do it.
bad, let them do it.
Same.
100%.
Same.
Right? Don't take that away from them.
Yeah.
Because they will then not do anything.
Yeah.
So if there is that car pickup, let them do the car pickup. If there is that laundry folding, let them do the laundry folding. Even if you have to do it again or whatever, keep the clothes like that only.
Yeah.
It's fine. Or don't give them chores that they are that bad at, right? If for example, it is laundry folding, maybe that you don't give them. Give them something, dishes.
Yeah.
Right, loading the
Yeah.
dishes in the dishwasher. That's something should be easy, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Train them once.
Yeah.
Men require training.
So so that's the thing, right? Like I think people like women, especially the ones that stay outside India, they know how to do things and they do it really well. They'll pick up a style of working at home and they'll figure it out. Men take longer, but I think just being okay with the fact that now we're stepping into this form of life that men have to also take part in like household activities and it's not going to be good, but allowing it to not be good is also something that is required now. You need to be okay with the napkins not being folded exactly how you wanted it.
It's a relearning. It's an unlearning for you.
Yeah.
Right? Where you're like, all right, if this is his best, I'm going to have to be okay with his best.
Yeah.
But you have to do that because it will allow him to be a leader.
Yeah. Or the equal. Or, yeah.
Better. Just
Better.
See, the thing is, men are not better. They are not, right?
not.
So at every point, we have to make them feel like they are good at their job. They are good. So then they'll continue to do it. It's manipulation. For
Yes.
sure, right?
Yes.
So give them chores that they'll be able to do.
Like a
For example,
dog.
opening a jar, right? Let the man do it.
Yeah.
My friend came up with a way to do it on her own. And I'm like, no, girl, this is what we need to stop doing.
Yeah.
We need to find a guy to open the jar for us, right?
Yeah.
We need to, and they feel manly.
I've heard this a lot from like, our mom's times, like you need to be a little bit of a bichari because the man, when he helps you, it makes them feel good. And it's like, now I have to think about how a man needs to feel good.
So my mum never told me bechari. My dad also never made me a bechari, right?
Yeah.
My dad made both my brothers becharas. Both my brothers, they still live with my parents. And that's okay. I mean...
Means like married live, like
no.
joint.
Now
family.
one of them is married and he's moved out.
Okay.
But he lives there only. And
Got it.
pretty much at home only he is, right? And not so far away from his parents. And he's a firstborn. And so golden child and treated like that even today. Like my mom will still want to feed him and I'll be ignored. Whether I've eaten or not, nobody cares. Nobody's looking at me, but he's around.
Yeah. First child.
First child, yes. I have full second child syndrome, 100%.
Yeah, you're the middle child. You
Middle,
said.
middle. Yeah. That's even worse.
Yeah, they forget about the middle one.
Yeah, they forget. I don't live with them, so nobody checks up on me. There are nights when I'm driving home thinking nobody knows where I am. Nobody knows if I'm home.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
I mean,
That's another reason why to have a partner.
yeah.
So someone cares. Someone you can message and say, I'm on my way home.
Yeah.
There's nobody I message. Sometimes I message my younger brother saying, I'm home. I'm going to sleep. Just so that somebody knows that I'm alive.
Yeah.
Because I've been alone so long.
I've actually thought of that as well. Like for the 11 years that I was in Dubai, I used to think that, it's been a week I haven't like called home or no one's really like, I could have been in another country and I could come back right now and no one would have even known. I've had these thoughts. But then then I realized that it was my initiative to like keep that relationship open because my mom did as much as she could when I was younger. And now it's on me. And right now, when I see it, I realize that it's exhausting for her to like still keep in touch with like 2 children.
Yeah.
She's like, bro, this is my time now.
Yeah, that's
You
amazing.
please tell me if you're alive.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I tell my mom all the time. My mom, she'll video call me. She'll talk. My mom's very much interested. My father doesn't call me. So I'll call him 2 days later and be like,
Hello, I'm
spoken-
alive.
Yeah. We haven't spoken in 2 days.
Like,
Can
yeah.
you call me and check on me, please?
True.
I do that all the time. There was 1-2 days where nobody contacted me from the family. Nobody. And I'm like, what the hell?
This is a typical middle child thing as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like how the therapy is coming out. You're like, I understand. yeah. Fully they ignore me.
Yeah.
And so now my elder brother is married and he has a family. And I think it's a good thing to have. One person. There are times where I'm like, I don't want anyone. I don't want anyone in my space. I don't want to share my space with anyone. But then there are times also where if I get married, I'll have my own room and I'll give him his own room.
Dude, so many people are saying that.
Yeah.
So many people are talking about how new age marriages you should have two. I mean, I again came from the narrative of a marriage should have two separate bathrooms. But now I'm hearing that a marriage should have two separate rooms.
Yes. It's a good idea. Wait, you and your sibling had same rooms when you all were growing up?
Yeah.
Same room?
Same as sister, na, so they'll put them together.
Okay.
Brothers, they put, I mean,
bachpan mein to we all three were in one room only.
Yeah. But eventually.
And eventually I moved in with my grandmother. So I was a roommate with her. And that was another thing.
That's different. A different experience.
100%. But there's a lot of times where siblings get their own rooms.
Yeah.
So if siblings can get their own rooms, why not partners? Why to be? Oh, and another thing I've come to realize is that there is not the one.
Yeah.
There's no one.
There's no one.
There's 5.
And you need to settle if you make them the one. You're settling.
No, life. In life, we can't have just one person to burden with everything. Friendship, love, sex, money, So we need more than one. This I've realized this year.
But also wait, all 5 are guys or it's friendship
friendships. You need a village in your life.
Yeah.
You can't survive with one person. That brings too much of
dependency.
No, it brings too much of pressure on that one relationship, right? To be everything. They can't.
But also because you are not everything.
Yeah.
You
shouldn't be.
You shouldn't be. Also, if you have this friendship equation with a friend, and in that equation, say maybe you are the listener, you can't be the talker there in that equation. You need to find a different place to do your talking, because then it fucks up that dynamic. Right? So you yourself can't be everything. With some people you are kind, with some people you're nice, with some people you have to be a man, with some people you have to be a woman, with some people you have to be strict. So you have to be different as well. And if you put all that pressure onto one person, the relationship gets really strained.
That's what happens in a lot of relationships. In our bachpan, we make that one relationship a priority, and how.
Yeah.
Where sometimes girlfriends break friendships with their girlfriends over a boy.
I can't.
Well,
How?
I've done it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You've
My
broken
school
a friendship because of a boy?
Yeah. I stopped talking to them.
What
was my girlfriends?
What was the topic?
I mean, nothing. We just drifted apart because I was spending more time with my boyfriend.
Okay.
So I would give him importance.
Yeah.
I made my world him. And that's it. Nothing else was there in my world, right? And then when I broke up, those two girls had me back very happily.
Okay.
Right? They were like, it's fine, we get it. There was a boy in your life, it's all right. And then I never did that again.
No.
Which...
You can't give anyone that much priority. Like even another friend, I don't think you can give them that much priority.
Yeah.
Where you remove, you can't do that.
Yeah.
But all of this comes through this experience. So coming back to, are we the becharis or not?
We're getting there. Oh, we're choosing our battles.
Yes.
We're not fighting every battle. We're fighting something. Like, for example, there was a comedy festival recently with 50 men and 3 women.
Okay.
And I wanted to fight that battle.
Okay.
But the guy didn't reply to me. I reached out and I was like, I wanted to help him get more women on the lineup. I didn't want to question him about why is there not. I was like, I'll send you more numbers. Maybe you don't know that there are so many women in comedy now. Maybe you don't know. I'll share numbers. He didn't contact me only. The festival is over. Maybe I think there were 5 women or 6.
Okay.
And 50 men. 50 male comics.
I've heard this from people where they say they find men more funny as comics and they find women a little annoying.
Oh my God, sure. The thing is, there's a men who are saying it, or women?
Women.
Okay. They are saying it because they're influenced by the patriarchy.
Yeah.
Where they think men are better than women. That's where it comes from. That's it. And because men are more famous is because men are putting men on pedestals. We don't put women on pedestals.
Yeah, why is it so uncomfortable for us to do that?
Blindly love a woman? Think about it. Just men blindly love men.
They do.
Worship them. They love. We can't do that for another woman. We can't, because we're not made like that. We have to judge her first. We have to. Even if she's fantastic, we love her, but we be like,
This content that you
something
put
is wrong.
Yeah.
Think about, let's say, Beyonce. You can find something wrong with her. Her partner, for example.
Dude, I am like fully obsessed with Priyanka Chopra over the last few years.
There you
like
go.
I have really loved the trajectory, the ambitions, the goals, but I know there's so much shit. Like we all have a dark side. I know I have a dark side, and you don't want to know what's in my dark side, bro. So she can have one too, but when that shit comes out, you're just like, God, such a strong woman like you fell for it. And we'll say that.
Yeah. But that's because that's how we are made. I mean, this is patriarchy again. It's our brain has been wired to think that men are better. No matter, and they are not. It's unfortunate. And this has come from men who like really are like encouraging of each other. That, you know, that Zakir Khan sold out Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
And he has that blind,
Yeah.
fan base.
Fandom, yeah,
just
yeah.
for no reason.
Yeah. I
I'm
mean,
saying
it's okay.
this on the internet, which is wild. But it's true. Men just have...
I get it.
Yeah.
Because even I could not get it.
Yeah.
That's why I get it.
Yeah. So it's fine. What has changed? There has been a change, right? The change is that now women are supporting each other.
Yes.
That Behen code is there somewhere, which was not there in our mother's time.
Yeah, you're right. But we also like pick and choose the battle that makes us look good while we're picking this Behen codes. For example, we had a reel recently on the page that spoke about how we had a doormat, and she said that one of the weirdest cases that she got was a lady who had come from Dharavir, so you can already understand the income bracket, came to her for vaginal tightening because she gave birth naturally and her vagina was loose, and her husband would start sleeping with her, which would lead into another woman coming into his life, which would lead to her child's future getting ruined. So she's like, to save all of this, I have to get my vagina tightened. And that reel blew up, and you could see a lot of women supporting women. But in this case, which I'm happy about, but it's only this case. When there are other cases where we talk about like divorce, or when we talk about like an average man, an extraordinary man is just an average woman, that time people are not coming for each other. That time women are not standing up for each other. And that hurts the living shit out of me.
That's the battle you don't fight.
Yeah.
So that's the one you're like, it's changing. It's happened where they are supporting this woman, right? 10 years ago, you think it would be that case? 10 years ago, do you think we'd be talking about vagina tightening on the internet? Means I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
So there is huge change. God bless, don't cry, my little child. Oh, we'll start crying both together. It'll be weird. We'll start crying on your podcast. What the heck?
Dude, I've cried so many times.
On your podcast?
Yeah.
That's, okay. No, but, so the change is coming. The Behen code is majorly there. And I'm very excited about it.
So I'll tell you where, I really appreciate the Behen code. But again, the other thing is that yesterday, I got a comment where this guy was telling me that how can you not support men who are trying, like the ones that we were talking about, right? Like doing the chores and doing the things and all. How can you not support the men who are trying? Because then if you just call us average, we will give up. And I'm just like, bro.
So easy to give up.
Yeah, it's like if at some point you're not getting any positive validation, you are ready to just give up your entire life.
Give up.
You need to speak to a therapist for this for sure.
No, you have to reply to him saying, that's so manly. Literally be like, what a man.
I need like some comic to like respond to all
100%. Yeah. Then they'll come for that comic, but yeah.
For sure.
So recently there is, I don't know, there's a comedian who is extremely bad, like sexist.
Oh.
Very bad, very bad, very bad. all right? And he has a 1-hour show that blew up
Oh, okay.
on the internet.
Okay,
all
okay.
right? So now he's performing at and I was like, that's my safe space.
Ah,
Now, this battle I was fighting alone.
okay.
Why?
Yeah.
Right? I was going to give up my stage time at I was going to give up. I was going to be like, I don't want to work. I don't want to work at a place where they don't actually see right from wrong. Right? And you are giving my safe space. It's my house. I perform there every single night to a guy who you clearly know is problematic. Right? Who... so I messaged one other woman saying, listen, if 3-4 of us message the then they might reconsider
Might take it seriously.
taking it off. But if only one person, they're not gonna. And so none of the girls obviously are gonna do that. But so that's my point where then I gave up the battle. Right? I instead
But how do you
was
feel
like,
about giving up the battle?
I'll go watch his show. I'll go sit and see what he has to say.
But how do you feel about I wouldn't say losing, not picking that battle? Because that's, I think I started off this podcast with that sometimes the narrative is changing and I am changing my picks. And that makes me feel weird sometimes.
So I tried. I tried to
No,
fight
fair.
that battle,
Fair.
right? And I was not going to win because there's a man on the other side.
Yeah, so how do you feel about that?
I just unfollowed some people on the internet because I literally I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah.
I felt defeated, but I had to be okay with it. So that's what's happened, right? That's a lot to do with growing up and being mature. You can't throw a tantrum all the time.
Oh wait, you think
That's
that we're throwing a tantrum? And
No,
we
no,
are... No, but generally, like when women are trying to like get their way and they're not getting their way, is it like throwing a tantrum? Does it feel like that?
So I am the kind of person. So I feel like in the world, in siblings, there's two types of siblings. One who get angry, the angry ones, and one who throw tantrums or get upset and walk away. I'm that person. I don't get angry. I'll get upset. I'll cry. I'll throw a tantrum. So if I will not get angry. I will not be that angry person, you know, ever. I'll be emotional, very emotional, right? I'm very emotional. And that is what women are. We are emotional beings. And that's something if we accept, then we'll know how to manage our emotions. That's
But
what...
anger is also, it's just packaged differently, right? Sometimes with some people it comes out in aggressive behavior and with some people it comes out in extreme sadness and in extreme vulnerability of their what they're feeling.
That is who I am.
Yeah.
And anger is taken more seriously than vulnerability. And if you're a
But no,
dick
it
to
also,
people...
but also anger is taken seriously if you have a dick.
Yeah. 100%. Everyone is afraid of the man who's got a short temper, right? And men also know how to keep their mouth shut, wherein they will not give their opinion on the problem. They'll be like, yeah, okay, so be it.
Have you had one of those moments where like, जब पापा घर पे आएंगे तो पता चलेगा types, or let your dad have the last word? Have you had that in your house?
No.
No?
I have said it. I have said कि जब पापा आएंगे घर तो पता चलेगा. I'm that person. Dude, my dad's on my side. I am daddy's little princess. I have 2 brothers. So, and the firstborn was very much my grandparents' child. They chadowed him on their head.
Yeah.
And the youngest one is my mommy's baby.
Yeah.
Like he's my mom's child fully. And I'm my dad's child. But my dad never treated me like a bichari, which he should have. He wanted me to be a bichari. My dad has made me put a book on my head and walk around the house. To walk like a lady.
Oh wait, shit! That just brought back a memory of my grandfather like sitting me down and like oiling my hair because I had to grow my hair because women used to have long hair and long hair women are more feminine. And I used to have curly hair and nobody knew how to manage it. So when they used to tie it in ants, they used to tie it like it used to reach my neck, and in the summer heat, it's like if anything touches my neck, it's out. Like I used to have shorter hair. It's like the moment it touches my neck, I'm out. So he used to be like, no, let's grow it fast. So it goes beyond the neck touching
Yes.
feeling. So he used to sit and oil it
to make you more like a lady.
to make me more like a lady.
Yeah, and so they tried, but they still, one day the driver left the car key inside the car, and my father called me.
To
I
fix
have
it?
2 brothers. Yeah. And he called me and he's like, can you go sort this out? And I was like, yeah, I went there. I had a ruler. I got a ruler. And I unlocked the car with the ruler, how the towing people would do it.
You know how to do that?
Because I did it. I mean, I've seen towing people do it. Yeah. But that's who I am. I'm a jugaad. I'll fucking find a way. And the driver had reached halfway home to pick up the spare key. And I called him up and I was like, I opened it. And so he had to come back to take the car. So that's who I am. And that's who my dad made me. Any issue in the house, my father will call me. So I'm not the lady, right? You don't call. Ladies have to be like, can we call a carpenter? Like we have to. And I'm now training.
Okay, but having both sides, being on both sides now, which one are you picking?
I'm picking to be a lady.
Okay.
I'm under training.
I'm under training.
I'm under training to keep my mouth shut more. I mean, it's actually not about keeping my mouth shut, choosing my battles.
Yeah.
I'm choosing my battles.
So choosing your battles, you don't feel, again, I just want to, because it's happened to me, you don't feel like you failed in any way?
No.
In that moment also?
No, you tried.
Yeah, I've
You
tried.
did your best.
Yeah.
And that's the part you can do. Now, if you're not being supported by others, you can't do it alone. You can't fight any battle alone unless it's at home.
I think that's the learning of
Yeah.
this episode, is that you can't fight the battle alone. And we've been trying to fight a lot of this shit on our own, only just to be taken seriously, purely to be taken seriously, purely to be given some form of recognition in this world. So us making money, being CEOs, doing all of this, fighting and being the man in a man's world was just to be taken seriously. And now that they've understood that we can do it, it's again like going back to our terms, I guess. So this new part sometimes makes me feel like, am I failing or am I choosing differently? And I think I'm still confused between both of them. And I also kind of realize it in hindsight. In the moment, I don't think I'm able to understand it.
Yeah, you'll get it when it'll happen. When you're in that moment where you'll have to choose.
Yeah.
Right? So, we've been fighting our battles alone. Since St. Anne, since school, right?
Since St. Anne's.
Correct. We've been, because we've been in an all-girls school. Even there, we've been, in the 9th standard, 10th standard farewell, I was made a boy for escorting the girls in school. Means we were, 3 of us became boys. And we chose to do it. It's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like you're like,
Yeah.
No, we wanted to. And I was a very handsome boy, by the way. But that's because we were in an all-girls school.
Yeah.
Right? Plus, I actually am not that boy crazy because I've also grown up with boys.
Yeah.
I've had 2 boys in my life.
And there's nothing to be crazy about.
Nothing to be crazy about. That's right. So I've always wanted a sister. I've always been encouraging of women.
So you must have really gotten along with your girlfriends.
All of them. Still till date, they all love me and I all love them back. And even all my school friends, and even my girls in comedy. I'm super encouraging to all of them. If you're a bitch to me, I'll cut you out for sure. But I'm super encouraging to all of them. I'm super, wanting so now because there is that support.
Yeah.
I'm showing support to 3 girls. 3 girls are showing support to 5 girls. 5 girls are showing support to 10 girls. And now 10 girls, 15 girls are supporting each other. Now 15 girls doing something together is way bigger than 1 girl doing it.
Yeah, I get it.
And that's the change that has happened. So if ever you're thinking you're fighting a battle and you're doing it alone, or even if you're trying to make something and you're doing it alone, it'll be harder. But get 3 more girls on board.
Yeah.
And it'll get faster and stronger. Men have each other's support
No matter what.
blindly.
Yeah.
That's what we need to get at. We need to get at giving women blind support. Very difficult.
Yeah, because we do talk about the fact that we do judge.
Yeah.
but judging was a coping mechanism.
And that's fine.
Yeah, but like it is a coping mechanism. Unfortunately, if I don't judge, I am going to be as foolish as these men. And I don't
Yes.
want to be as foolish as these men.
Yes.
The reason I judge is because I still want to see, like, you could lose your way halfway through, right? So if I don't judge, and I'm blindly following, right? And that somewhere will harm me and my,
Okay, try it.
okay.
Okay, find one person, one girl on the internet and blindly judge her. Everybody, find one girl on the internet and just blindly, don't judge her, blindly follow her.
Uh-huh.
Don't judge her at all. Not her look, nothing.
Okay.
For no reason, you have to, and support her, encourage her, write in her comments, share her reel, make that girl famous.
Okay.
If 15, 20, 30, 100 women
Do that.
do that to one girl, she will blow up. If 500 women do it to one girl, if 1,000
500,
women
yeah.
do it to... We have so many women in our country. Choose one girl to fangirl over for no reason at all. Just to see how it feels like to...
Support.
Yeah, another woman.
And then
It's very difficult.
It's very difficult.
It's very difficult.
It's
But
very difficult.
there's where you can start,
Yeah.
right? And if you don't like some woman's content, it's fine. Block her. You don't have to.
Yeah, I mean,
Weird
the block option, let's talk. The block option is so easy.
So easy.
But why do men still think that if I have to tell you what's wrong with you, I need to have that sense of power to school you and to tell you what a shit person you're being?
Okay, it's because
Just
they're
block.
children.
Yeah.
They're children. These boys that are messaging anybody are kids.
Dude, I have like uncles message me sometimes saying that I have children your age and I didn't want to write anything in the comments, but these are the 8 ways you're being a horrible woman.
Wow. Wow, I love that. Get him on the podcast.
I swear.
You should get that guy and just go through those 8 with him
It's just
and tell me, how can I do better, uncle?
fuck, it's
Just so good.
insane. It's
I love
insane.
it. So that man will never write these 8 for any other man.
Yeah.
And there's enough men he can write it for.
Yeah.
Enough men.
Yeah.
But he won't.
Dude, I too see my nephew, he's growing up right now, and sometimes he'll do things that are manly. He'll do things that are girly as well, but he'll do things that are manly. Sometimes when he walks with a certain style, or when he throws something, or when he bangs something on the floor. And you'll hear the men be like, what a style.
Mm-hmm.
What a style. And I'm just like, yeah, but when he's putting nail polish, that time nobody wants to look at him.
Or when he's playing with a Barbie. I gave my nephew a Barbie.
Yeah, Barbies and all. Yeah, it's there.
No, my dad was like, why did you give him a Barbie? I was
Because
like,
it's gender neutral.
yeah, no. I was like, he should know.
Yeah.
He'll go and meet girls one day. He should know how to play with Barbie doll also.
Yeah.
Imagine never playing with a Barbie and then you're 6 years old and you go to a girl's house and she has Barbies. And you're going to be like, what is
Oh my
this?
God, that's so sweet.
Right?
That's so sweet that you're thinking about the 6-year-old self versus I was thinking about like 16.
No,
Straight
no.
away.
No.
That's so sweet.
No. Boys should know. Kids,
Yeah.
baby boys should know what girl toys are and boy toys are. They should
should.
play with all toys.
They should.
So I get them all toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we make my nephew put like lipstick and nail polish and this and that. Karna
How
chahiye.
old is he?
He's 4. He'll be 5 in March.
Okay.
So he karna
Lipstick
chahiye.
we haven't started. It's 2.5.
Oh, okay. No, he'll start now.
Okay. We'll put. He sees me putting all the time.
Yeah,
so I
he'll
think
put,
he'll
he'll
want
put,
to.
he'll
Yeah.
put.
I'm his favorite.
Yay.
Yeah.
Me too. I'm the
Amazing.
only one, so I have to be
Yeah.
his favorite. But like, thank you, man. Thank you for like telling me a little bit about my confusion around like feminism and patriarchy.
Yeah, just support one woman.
I will.
Fully.
I'll try.
No judgment.
No
Nothing.
judgment.
Yeah.
Who's the woman you are supporting right now?
What? Pavitra Shetty. Do you know Pavitra
Yeah, I
Shetty?
know.
Yeah, I
Pavi.
blindly support her. No matter what she does, I blindly support her. And she does a lot of shit. No, I'm kidding.
Where we'll get her on and to find out the shit that she's done.
Yeah. She,
100%.
I'll tell you the shit she has done. 1
Okay.
second. She has, I'm supposed to be her number 1 best friend.
I love
Number
it.
1.
Okay.
but I'm not. I'm third.
Oh my God.
She has
She's declared a
others.
laminated list.
Yeah. There's Aishwarya, Shreya, and then me. Okay. But she will send best friend reels to all of us. There's no uniqueness about it. So I have instructed her that one reel just for me.
A separate one.
You cannot send it to Shreya and Aishwarya. Just for me. So I feel I will never know. But I told her this.
That you feel important.
Yeah, you should have Pavitra Shetty next on your podcast. Her Instagram handle is @Pavi212.
Yeah.
I will support her. I will pimp her out like that. I do it at gigs. Every show, sometimes after shows, I'm like, do y'all know Pavitra? How do you not know her?
Y'all should know her. Yeah.
Yes. I'm like, you don't even think about me. Don't Google me. Google Pavitra. And I make sure people. So that's the kind of support like we have to do for one girl.
Done.
And blow her up.
Done.
Beautiful.
That's the 2026 resolution.
Yes.
For
It's a good
2026.
resolution.
This is your New Year resolution. This is the new form of feminism.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah. Blind support for women.
Done.
Yeah.
I'm going to try that and we'll get back to you in a year.
Yes. We should do this podcast again in December 2026.
In
we
one
should.
year. Done.
Done.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much for showing up and telling me everything about feminism that I didn't know.
Yay.
I really, really appreciate
Thanks,
it.
guys.
Thank you.
yaar.
All right. Thank you. See you at the next one. Please like, share, subscribe, and we'll put all our handles and our links here. Bye. Have a great year.
Bye.